We are celebrating Donate Life Month, and all day today here at WTOL 11, our Green Chair Donate Life sit-in has been going on. Did you know you have the power to save 8 lives through organ donation? Kevin Fultz joins me now. Kevin, your father was a donor. I read that he was a police officer for 25 years. Talk to us a little bit about who your father was.
Oh, my dad, he was a police officer in Washington, D.C. for 25 years, like you said. He was kind of like a lot of dads where he always had ants in his pants. He always had to be doing something. So one way to express that was riding his bike and going on walks and just staying very, very active. That's kind of just who he was. He just always had to be doing something.
Definitely. I also read pretty outgoing is what I would consider him, always striking up a conversation. What is it like knowing that even though your father lost his life, he's been able to keep other people alive through his donations?
Well, it does mean a lot to me and my mom. Of course, my dad went into becoming a police officer knowing that he wanted others. He wanted to, give back as much as he could. And so, of course, I'm sure that he, is looking down and having a good feeling about all the things that he did in those lives that he could save. And does help my mother and I and my sister kind of cope with that grieving process and understand that, through his loss of life, there were so many other lives that were saved.
Kevin, can you talk to us? Have you met any of the people who your father helped save? And if so, what did they donate and what was that like meeting them?
Yeah, we met, a few years ago, we met my dad's kidney recipient who's from Toledo. We got to meet her and her husband. It was just unbelievable to get to meet them. It's very hard to describe that feeling of meeting someone who's received an organ from your loved one. But like I said, my mom and I, we do find a lot of peace and a lot of comfort in knowing that they are doing much better than what they were doing. And so, it just really helps us along in that process.
Impactful and special, two of the words you just described for organ donation. And because of your father's donation, it's also pushed you to help out, kind of like how your father was a police officer. Talk to us a little bit about how you are joining Life Connection of Ohio.
That's right. Yeah. So we started volunteering, my mom and I, about 6 years ago after my dad had passed. And just recently in December, I got hired on to be the new community educator here in the Toledo area. So I have an opportunity now to go to schools in all these surrounding counties and talk to students about organ donation and talk about my dad and try to spread that awareness and encourage students to sign up and say yes at the BMV.
Kevin, thank you so much for joining us, telling us about your father's story and continuing to educate people.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. To learn more about organ and tissue donation and how to become a donor, check out lifeconnection.org.